Okay, so we're based in Athlone IT. We work with anything that's connected media, and today's talk is on blockchain. We work with a lot of colleagues. We've about 15 to 20 research engineers. We've been here for quite a long time. We do many different types of projects, but on today's one, we're going to concentrate on blockchain, and we're going to explain how companies can come and work with us on blockchain. And we work on very small projects to large projects. The larger projects are called innovation partnerships, where we would do the applied research and engineering work with companies in association with companies. And one of those such companies is called MLS, as an example, where we have two of our senior engineers working with modern labeling systems. It's a Mullingar-based company, and they provide a lot of the labels that you see on your food in the supermarkets and when you take home your food. And they have many different aspects, but one of their systems is a tracing system where they trace and track a lot of the food deliveries into companies, how the food is prepared, how it's cooked. So there's, as you would imagine on that, there's quite a lot of interaction, a lot of tracing, a lot of different ingredients, as an example. So one of the products that they're looking at to help them to do the new tracing systems from the farm to the fork basically is blockchain. So they're examples of collaborative projects that are Enterprise Ireland based and funded, and they use our engineers to do that. So there are many different aspects of the gateway and the technologies that we work with. As I said earlier, we have applied an Internet of Things application network also, where we develop the software and our colleagues in other colleges and in the network of gateways prepare the hardware or the electronics side. We work with a lot of analytics, a lot of data, information-centric networks. So anything that's IT connected, anything on the cloud, anything that's we also have expertise built up on security, data exfiltration, and situational awareness in the last number of years. Our other areas of expertise are in neural networks, traffic performance, and particularly mobile networks. And we would have a lot of interaction with Ericsson or Athlone based also, and do quite a bit of work with Ericsson as an example on mobile management of mobile networks. So I've gone through this very quickly, but to say that we have a large group of engineers, there's quite a lot of funding available to use and utilize the intelligence in our groups and in other groups within the gateway networks. So AI and blockchain are quite new, and I'll probably leave it at that for the moment. Well, I'll take questions and I'll try and monitor those if I can properly during the discussion. So after 30 minutes or so, when John presents, after John presents, we'll take some questions. We'd like if you ask questions. Typically, companies we work with are IDASO, which is a traffic monitoring company for traffic cars. MLS, use of blockchain and food tracing, I've gone through that. Data Analytics is another company that manage a lot of data for Walmart. Everyone would have heard of those. Ericsson, I've talked about Vallejo, based in Tuam, County Galway, or international manufacturing design, and we're doing work on wireless networks and how autonomous driving and autonomous networks can help their product. Okay, I'll leave it to you then, John. So John, as I said earlier, has been with us for a very long time, almost 20 years now, and Dr. John has a lot of experience with supporting the gateway and also supporting Confirm and H2020 European success also. So I'll let you go, John.
Okay, yeah. So the purpose for this talk, just one moment. I hear some echo. Okay, it seems better. So the purpose for this presentation basically to show our project, and then maybe it can inspire people in your own business, or maybe you can start your own some new business as well. Just one moment. So, so in the beginning, I would like to thank Gurney and Anthony for organizing the event, and also I hope everyone is keeping well and safe in this difficult situation. So that's the roughly agenda for this talk. So we have a series of event organized by the Technology Gateway. If you go through this link, like technologygateway.ie event, and then you can find more details on the upcoming event. So in the technology gateways, there are like a few other technology gateway, like beside the command, working on the ICT side. So you could find the help from them as well. So for the in the blockchain area, there's a group called the Blockchain Ireland. So it's funded by initialized by IDA. So currently it's growing with a lot of members from like university, IoT and the industry. So if you are interested, you are very welcome to join. So they have currently 6 groups in different domain. So you could also find some, like on the SkillNet, you can find some training courses on blockchain. So now it's about me. Like Anthony said, I'm a senior research fellow in the SRI. So I'm also founded investigator in the Confirm Center for Manufacturing. So previously I was the PI on command, and now I'm the associate PI on command because my role mainly on the research side now. So in the SRI, we have basically 4 research areas. So it's like a cybersecurity, and also another one is more system focused, like the computer networks, edge computing, or IoT. We also do robotics control research on within the SFI Confirm Center. Like Anthony mentioned, we also do AR, VR related research for the immersive multimedia system about how to apply this kind of new devices in different applications. We also have a collaboration. We have collaborate with other department and institute in AIT, so to apply the ICT technology for their domain, such as we mainly focus on the AI-based approach to help them to simplify their working procedure. So we get the funding mostly from 3 sources, like EI and SFI and H2020. And sometimes some projects are co-funded from different sources, like this CreateFit and Smart 4.0. So they are basically related to blockchain. So I will talk it later. So this is important information. We got funding from Enterprise Ireland. So we have set up 2 testbeds. One is on the cloud edge AI system. The other one is the immersive extended reality suite. So all these testbeds are available to the industry. So you are like, this is required by Enterprise Ireland. So if you need this kind of facility, so please contact us. It's available for you. And also we are in the middle of Ireland, so we have the oldest bar in Athlone. So you are welcome to visit us when the pandemic is over. So now I come to the more technical side. I start from the basic concept for blockchain, just in case someone are not very familiar with the concept. The blockchain basically, what it's essentially doing is to reach some consensus between untrusted party. So normally in our real life, we need some kind of a trusted third party. Like if we transfer money from bank, so we consider bank as the trusted party. So they maintain the record, the transaction record for us. But if we want to achieve this kind of consensus between untrusted party, then we need the blockchain technology. So in this context, the consensus means the data recorded on the blockchain. In blockchain term, it's called transactions. So the user submit transactions to the system, and the system will record the transaction into blocks. And then the blocks are connected together as a blockchain. If we consider each block as a ledger paper, and then all the pages are connected as a book. So the book is the final record, is the record of the history of everything. So the key point here is everyone in the system agree on the sequence of the transactions. So what the key concept to achieve this is like all the node in the system maintain the same copy of the blockchain. And then when there's a new block want to attach to the system, we need the network need to agree on which block can be connected to the blockchain. So here is the essential part actually. So the most algorithm used is a lottery based. So all the computer in the network they compete with each other. So they want to win some lottery. If they are the winner, they have the right to attach the new block into the blockchain, and then other people can verify they are the owner. So they have the right. So when we get the block attached to the blockchain, and you have the transactions recorded. So there are the transaction can be like a traditional, like a value transfer, such as like Alice transfer some coin to Bob, so that's a traditional like a transaction. But you could use this transaction to record anything, any kind of data you want, such as you could submit a program into the blockchain, and so it's recorded, and later like anyone can call the contract, and it can change the state for the contract. Such as in the example on the right, you could submit some kind of set item value function into the blockchain. And later someone can call the function, say, I want to change the value to 20. And later someone call again, say, I change the value to 10. And when the computers maintaining the blockchain, when they go through the transactions from the first to the bottom, and then they will reach the same state. So this is the key part. So all the people, or not people, all the computer in the system, they can reach the same state. They and then they can, in this way they can agree on the information recorded on the blockchain. So it's become trustable. Otherwise, if everyone get a different result, then no one can trust the system. So in basically in summary, what we can the key features for the blockchain is so first thing is decentralized and without trust. So it can implement the trust without the trust. So that's the beauty of the system. We don't need a central controller. We can and also the computers can agree on the sequence of the blockchain. And then because everything is recorded on the blockchain, when it's on the chain, then it will be there, unless someday the whole system is destroyed. So we can consider as immutable. It's not changeable. And also when we go through the transactions, we can see the whole history for the transactions. So it's also traceable, and also because we can see everything, it's transparent to anyone can access the blockchain. Excuse me. So basically, in the public blockchain, you can check anyone can check what's on the blockchain, and in the permission the blockchain is the authorized entity can access the blockchain. Um, Sorry, I heard some noise. Okay, thank you.
David, thanks. Go ahead, John.
Yeah, okay. So when we the main usage for the blockchain, there are basically two parts. One is we can use it for value transfer. We can transfer tokens. But with this value transfer, the key benefit is it's very easy to tokenize the asset. The tokenize basically in this context means monetize. So we can sell our asset through tokens. Another one, because the blockchain supports smart contract. So that's a program. You can write anything you want, basically. And then it can enable many new collaboration model, such as we could digitalize our like a normal contract and convert the contract as a program. And then the program will be executed automatically and running on the blockchain. So I will show some examples later. So here is some existing example for the blockchains. So we can roughly divide the blockchain system as two types. One is the permissionless, which means anyone can access the system, the blockchain system. Anyone can submit the transactions called the smart contract. So another type is called permissioned. So it means only the member of the some consortium can can access the blockchain. So in the permissionless system, like Bitcoin is the most famous one. So the main function of Bitcoin is just to transfer Bitcoin. It supports smart contract, but the contract is mainly designed for transfer Bitcoin. So Ethereum is go a little bit beyond. It support much more complicated smart contract. So the aim for Ethereum is to become a world computer. So it will never stop. If you submit something, some program to the Ethereum, you can use it. You can call the program anytime. And then I think we call it a world computer. This is also a good. It's also a good term because if you remember, like any node, any computer on the blockchain system, they actually have the same copy of the blockchain. So when they processing the transactions from the first to second, so all the computers are doing the same thing. So even no matter how many computers in the system, there's only actually essentially just one computer working. It's like a one computer working because all the computers are doing the same work. So beyond this, there's another blockchain called Polkadot. So the concept is if we have so many blockchains, if we consider them as a computer, so why don't we connect them as the internet, internet of blockchain? So they design some like a framework and APIs to connect the blockchains together, such as the one example is could be if an insurance company and write some smart contract and they want to automatically pay their client if the claims is correct, is true. So they could use some data from some Internet of Thing blockchain. So the blockchain recorded the sensory reading from the IoT devices, and then with this Polkadot, you can directly connect different connect the IoT blockchain with the insurance smart contract blockchain. So it's become a broker between different blockchains. In the permission scenario, it's because it's mainly designed for the enterprise usage. In this like a business environment, so it requires much more trust and also much more information, um, such as for company we want to know who we are like doing business with them. And also our information is very sensitive. We cannot release to anyone like which are not relevant. So in one example is one example blockchain is called is a Hyperledger Fabric. So it provides a very strong identity and membership management, and also it provides a channel function. So all the consortium member can be divided into channels, and only the member on the channel can access the information recorded on the blockchain. And also it even support private data collection. So even with the channel, and you could have some data can only be accessed by some specific members. So it has much more privacy and security control on the blockchain. So here is a list of different applications. So it can give you some concept how people use blockchain to implement different in their own application domain. So there are a big group of people working on how to replace the current, not to replace, just to find an alternative solution for the existing internet services, such as some people are working on decentralized marketplace. So it's kind of an alternative solution for eBay or Amazon. And some people are working on the decentralized social media, such as to provide a similar function like Twitter, YouTube, or Facebook. And also some people are working on decentralized search engine. There are also some groups working on the decentralized the infrastructure resources, such as the for the computer, like for the normal computer. Normally we are in the end point of the internet, but with their solution, we can be part of the forwarding devices, or maybe we can take some computational task to compute to do some task for other people, or we can save some data for other people, and then we can the devices can get a reward by the specific token. And also there are also many people working on the like a different field, like in the finance, the Uniswap and the Sushi swap are like a decentralized exchange, and in the mobility field, people are working on how to digitalize or tokenize the road services, such as this Chorus Mobility has a solution. You could for the private car, they could pay for the usage of the bus lane if they are in a real hurry. In the healthcare field, people are working on how to provide a privacy protection for the patient data, and how the data can be transferred between different clinics without disclose the user's detail. So on all the applications, there are basically some are built based on the smart contract. Basically, if you write a smart contract, you submit it to the blockchain, it will be running. Some are based on the peer-to-peer concept. So the devices they connected together to do some task. So the peer-to-peer is not a new idea. So what's new here is it's actually the peers can be rewarded by some token. So that's the my understanding on the key difference on this in this blockchain based applications. So now we introduce our existing project to show you some concept. So this is a just one moment. Yeah, this is the product we work with MLS, like Anthony introduced. It's an innovation partnership project. We try to find a solution for the food traceability. So in the blockchain, in the supply chain, if we want to trace the product, we should be able to go forward, backward, and at any point of the supply chain. In the food industry, this tracing is more complicated because the food is composed of different ingredients. So we need to be able to go backwards, forward, to go back to any ingredients. So we are checking, evaluating if like any blockchain can be used in this situation, and also if we can improve the performance for quick query on the supply chain. So this one is it's a H2020 project. We work with many other like European partners, some industry and academic partners. So we want to in this project we use blockchain to enable the threat intelligence sharing. So threat intelligence basically means the information about how we get attacked and how we counter the attack. And if we can share this kind of information between the organizations, and then all the organization can get a benefit, so they can know what's going on in the worldwide, and also they can learn get some experience from other organization. But the problem for sharing this kind of information, because that's mainly come from the privacy concern and also the trust, because this attack information normally consists of some very sensitive organization information. And also some organization could be like they are just a free rider, they don't contribute, they just use the information. So we address this problem from the trust perspective. So we want to provide the trust between the different participants, and also we provide the trust for the quality of the information. So the concept here is we use the blockchain and the trusted execution environment to assess the quality for the information, and also we can calculate the reputation for different participants. The rough concept here is when some organization receive the threat intelligence from other organization, so they will use they will send they will call some like a public available code for assess the quality of the information, and the code is running in the trusted execution environment. So there no one can change this code inside this environment. So we can trust the result generated by the TE. When the TE get calculated the quality result, the information quality, and then they will provide send the score to the blockchain, and it will be recorded. And when the TE can also use the information saved in the blockchain, use all the score collected for some specific participants and to calculate their reputation. So in this way, we can know who is actually contributing good information to the system. So here is the query field project I mentioned. So we work with a Dublin company called Evercom. So we have 2 research fellows working on this field. So the concept is we want to build the GDPR compliant CCTV system, so we can access the CCTV footage compliant to this regulation. Because in this example, like someone robbed the bank and then they maybe hit some other people. So in this example, the different people may want to see the content, see the footage. but they have different different right. They can only see part of the content. Such as the police they have the very high priority, so they can see everything. But for the other concerned, like the pedestrian, if they want to see the footage, they can apparently they can see themselves, but it's not. It's questionable if they can see other people. And for the local authority, they want to get some maybe traffic related information. So there could be many different parties, different roles want to access the video. If we can make them available, and it will be very beneficial to create different applications. So the concept here is we want to create a multi-level video encryption and access mechanism. So when we get the video and we can split the foreground and the background picture, the foreground background object, and then we encrypt them separately, and when people want to access this footage, we can regenerate the footage for them based on their privilege. And during this process, we also create a chain of evidence mechanism to make sure the video is not tampered by anyone. So the concept is similar like a blockchain. So each picture in the video can have save the signature for the previous picture. So in this way, all the pictures are connected, and then we encrypt the whole video. Later, when someone access the video, they can check all the signatures and all the signatures to the previous picture are correct, and then they know that's the original video sequence. So the next one is we work with this is like a project funded by Confirm and H2020 Mercury. So we have one research fellow we're working on this. So in the multiple robots collaboration, sometimes the robots can be, if they are working on difficult environment, so their sensor could be faulty or dirty, and some because the device are like now it's mainly it's very smart device, so it could be hacked by some malicious people. So in this case, the information collected by the robots, it's not consistent. So the research question here is how to we can just one moment. Yeah, I got some feedback, so I just mute and redo it again. Okay. So the focus is how we can reach some consensus and in this faulty and noisy environment. So here we investigate if we can use the blockchain to achieve this goal. So everyone can agree on the what they are can record what they have on the blockchain, and then we can, when we go through the transactions on the blockchain, we can see we can calculate the consensus of the consensus observation from the robots. So this one is we focus on the how to tokenize the edge resources. So the edge can be anything like the autonomous driving cars or cameras. So they have a lot of resources computational resources we can use. So in this project we're focusing on the create a decentralized marketplace. So the resource owner they can advertise their resources to this marketplace, and then the resource consumer can can request and deploy their task into the resource owner's device. So there's a similar concept for we also have use the same concept for the networking field, such as in this example, like some car, if they want to query this traffic status in front in somewhere where they may need to use the other cars to forward their request to the car in front. So there in the technically it's possible because the like in the future, even in now like there are like the vehicle to vehicle communication mechanism, but the thing is the problem is why other car want to forward anything for you. So here we want to design some like incentivization mechanism to encourage people to help each other, basically. So we in the project we try to tokenize the network resource. So when they forward data to for other people, they will get rewarded. And also the key focus is on to provide a proof for this forwarding. And also we need to have like a correspondent payment scheme for this forwarding. We also working on the how to optimize the blockchain systems, such as in the blockchain, it's in the most blockchain it involve very large scale data broadcasting. So any node receive data, then they need to broadcast to all the other node. So this procedure, how do we optimize this? And also the blockchain is very famous for its like a scalability problem. And especially if we want to apply this in the edge environment, there are so many devices and how they can actually reach some consensus quickly. So this is more like a research focused. So I just skip this. So that's we reached to the last part of the talk. So how this blockchain concept can be used in our business? I think just based on the application we have, we can see the most popular one is we can use blockchain to tokenize the asset. When we tokenize the asset, then like we can enable many new kind of collaboration or business. Another one is for the smart contract, because it's a program running on the blockchain. It will when you upload the smart contract, then it will be there all the time. So we can use this to achieve some autonomous coordination between different collaboration parties, such as if we could convert our like the manual written contract into a program, and then it become like a concept called the decentralized autonomous organization. So the organization run by itself. So another concept here is important is the decentralization. I think if the collaboration between if the application involve multiple parties and they don't fully trust each other, and then we can use the blockchain to help this situation. Another perspective is if we need we need to trace the history of the data or the process, or then the blockchain can provide this function. So we can consider in this situation as well. So within the enterprise Ireland, there are many different facilities to help companies. So if you are interested in the blockchain related field, and if you are wondering if your application is applicable in the blockchain area, so you can contact us, so we can help you to to evaluate the solution. And if we consider it's a valid blockchain is a valid solution, or any other technology is valid for your question, and then we can build some application proposal. In the Enterprise Ireland, there are many different kind of facility, the funding facility to help industry, such as the innovation partnership or innovation voucher. So we did a lot of with different companies. And the technology within Enterprise Ireland, there are 3 different clusters. So basically, each cluster focuses on is a group of technology gateways. So it provides a different solution for different domain. So we are in the applied IoT domain. So it's focused on the ICT side. So you can find the information from the link here. So in AIT, there's we also provide a Springboard course for the blockchain security. It's a 90% funded by the government. So you only need to pay like 10% for the course. So it's a very good. And we also provide masters and PhD positions. If you are interested, please contact us. So now for the conclusion is, so blockchain is an emerging technology, and it's involve a lot of different technologies. And also the technology can be applied in many different domains. It's not only just finance. It can be, like we mentioned, people are using blockchain or the decentralization concept in nearly every domain we can know. So if we are interested, please contact us. I think we take questions. So that's all from me.
Yeah, very good, John. You can hear me? Okay.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay, so there's almost 60 people on here. So and some have joined late, some have joined early. So any questions are valid. There's one question from early on from Andreas. Why lottery instead of ways of consensus? So in the mechanisms of consensus, why don't you use round robin first or other types of lottery systems?
Yeah, the thing is, in the blockchain, the first thing is that we don't trust each other, and also because the system has a value. So it's if you consider like a Bitcoin now, it's 1 Bitcoin is over $60,000. So it's a lot of it's very valuable token. If we use some round robin or this kind of approach, people can predict who will be the winner, and then they can work together to try to find some benefit for them. So in the system design, if we in the untrusted environment, we want to make this selection process as random as possible. Also, no one can really predict who will be the next winner. So that's the reason behind this. But in the consortium or in the permission scenario, because the partners in the consortium, they have some kind of semi-trust. In this scenario, normally they don't use a lottery-based. So they can choose any other like a consensus algorithm they want to use. Yeah, that's the question.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, so Andreas has said thanks. That makes sense. I'm picking up these from the meeting chats there. So anybody that has any question of any sort, please just pop them in. John, there was a lot of information in what you gave, and there's a lot of, as you said, it's an emerging technologies. Quite a lot of questions, or some questions are, how does one stay up to the same level as the experience that you have? How do you, what do you read? How do you increase your knowledge? And how can people follow this and get more experience, basically, when they're doing their own research? Yeah.
I think one thing is we have this postgraduate certificate on blockchain security. It's opening every year. So in
Yes.
the course we have we introduce the blockchain architecture and the security perspective in the blockchain, and also the how the blockchain can be used in the IoT field. So that's a one approach we can take. And also in the beginning, there's the ScaleNet has some courses. If you search, you can find this. Just one moment. Where is it? Yeah, on the Scale setnet website, you can find some courses. You can also always contact me if you are interested as well, because it's a very big field. And also it across many applications. It's very hard to say you started something and then you can easily understand. It takes time. I think it depends on the specific area interested.
Yeah. So contact us. Also, as you said, there's a SkillsNet very specialized program now on blockchain. There's a question from Connor. In regards to tokenism, is the objective of this to reward or monetize the trust in the system? Or are the tokens required by the system just to make transactions within the same blockchain? So, yeah.
I think
you just clarify that.
It's not the monetize the trust. I think because it's the system can provide the trust, and then we can monetize something. It's reversed because the consensus algorithm can make sure what happened is what happened. It's just it can with very low possibility it can be changed. So and then we can use this to monetize some asset. So I just see the next. I didn't fully understand the next part. Are the tokens required?
Okay, there was.
I think
maybe Connor might come back in on that.
I can
the question
now. The token, like there are two ways to use token. Like you can use the token to buy some like asset we predefined. But for submit transaction, that's a different different cost. Like normally, if you submit something, we need to pay for the fee for the system. And if you can choose to pay nothing, and then the miners, the node handle the blockchain, they will not probably will not accept your transaction. So that's a part of the work. So when you submit anything, normally you need to pay for this submission. But also you can like use the token to buy anything like available in the system.
Good. We take any more last questions there, folks? I'm conscious we're getting towards the hour. There was one. Are there any other frameworks in place other than the R3 Corda, John?
I think the Sub3, I like this Polkadot. That's they are building on top of another framework. It's called Substrate. Where is it? This version. Yeah, if you check this Polkadot, they build on like they originally came from the Substrate, and the Substrate is a biggest framework for building blockchain. If you are interested, you can check this.
Okay, we take any last question you have then, folks. As I said, we'll through the Enterprise Ireland sites, this recording will be available. Also for our gateway people. Okay, so I would think we can finish up now. What I'd like to do is thank John for a very detailed presentation, and you can from the depth of the presentation, you can understand that there's a very, very large learning part of blockchain, and we're really looking forward to implementing solutions with companies as we're presently doing with our example MLS company, and as John is doing in many different projects. So we'll hear an awful lot more, and we are happy that we have already developed quite a bit of knowledge in the area. So we're always open for business through the gateways or through our centres, and just contact us. And thank you all for joining today and for participating. Yeah, it's really good. Thanks again, John. Excellent.